Hi guys, today I'm gonna yap about LBA dari tryout ke-16-nya MIPI. Sesuai judul, this is Yap and Chill, which means bahasnya bakal santai-santai aja, okay? First thing first, tiap ada soal, please baca questionnya dulu before you read the text, okay? Read the question first, everyone. It will save enough time for you. First question, the presented thread talks about. Ini threadnya kan ada 6 orang ngomong ya. Kalau kita baca semuanya, it will spend so much time. Jadi kita skimming aja, kita bacanya cepet-cepet aja dari apa sih yang obvious yang dibahas dari tiap-tiap orang di thread ini. Yang pertama, I started last spring and I had no idea how much effort goes into hive maintenance. I thought blah 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 blah. Ini ngomongin soal kita tahu kalau dia bahas effort into hive maintenance atau beekeepingnya itu tadi. And then yang ini, beekeeping is great if you enjoy hands-on learning, but people underestimate how much you observe rather than just do. Ini berarti sama juga, dia bahas effort juga. And then the third, people romanticize beekeeping, but the reality is that it's livestock management. Bees get sick, hives collapse, and sometimes blah blah blah. Ini berarti drawbacks-nya atau negatif dari si beekeeping-nya itu, atau challenge dari beekeeping. And then Queenmaker, if you're in it for the honey alone, don't bother, it's cheaper, blah blah blah. Success means understanding, genetics, disease management. Ini sama juga, effort and understanding. Terus yang selanjutnya, Willow Bee. I focus on treatment-free beekeeping, letting colonies build resistance. It's controversial, but I've had strong resilient hives. However, ya ini juga effort and maintenance. Terus yang selanjutnya, Hexkeeper, lastly, beekeeping changed the way you see the world. Sama juga, ini soal maintenance and effort. Jadi, the percentage thread talks about, ini udah kelihatan ya, the romanticized and realistic aspects. Apa realistic? Oh my god. Apa realistic aspectsnya? Realistic aspeknya yang ini tadi, kalau beekeeping itu dia ada drawbacks-nya. Bees get sick, hives collapse, and sometimes a whole colony dies. Apalagi, yaitu effort dan maintenance-nya. Ini dibahas berkali-kali sama orang-orang yang ada di thread ini. Okay, second question. What does Green Thumb 85 mean when they use the phrase go south in their comment? Okay. Go south ini dia sebenarnya lebih kayak ke idiom ya. If you love to watch movies or like read books, it's a commonly used idiom, which means you must be familiar with it. But kalau kalian belum tahu, go south ini itu artinya things go wrong or like fail. Like if you have a strategy, my god, if you had a strategy and then your strategy failed, which means that things go south for you. Sekarang kita lihat Green Thumb 85. Okay, but people underestimate how much you need to observe rather than just do. The colony gives you clues. If you ignore them, things go south fast. Berarti kalau koloni ngasih kita clue tapi kita menghiraukan, akan terjadi kegagalan. Nah, kita lihat di sini yang sesuai sama opsinya mana. A, the colony physically moves to a warmer location. Ini jelas salah. B, the hive becomes stronger and more self-sufficient. Salah. Ini dia, udah kelihatan. Things go wrong with the colony due to lack of attention. Bener nggak? Bener dong. Karena ini, if you ignore them, things go south fast. Terus ini disebutin lagi. Things go wrong with the colony due to lack of attention. Lack of attention kan karena kita menghiraukan mereka itu tadi ya. Okay. Nomor 3. What is Queenmaker's attitude towards people who only beekeep for honey? Queenmaker, if you are in it for the honey alone, don't bother. It's cheaper to buy it. Dari sini mungkin kita bisa menganggap kalau dia itu dismissive ke orang-orang yang mau beekeeping cuma buat ngambil madu. Tapi selanjutnya si Queenmaker ini menjelaskan lagi, beekeeping is a long game. Success means blah 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 blah. Newbies often underestimate. If you are serious, berarti dia ini bukan lagi dismissive karena dia menjelaskan kenapa sih nggak boleh kita itu beekeeping cuma buat dapat madunya doang. Jadi jawabannya adalah critical. Jangan kegocek, okay? Be wise, everyone. 4. What can be inferred about hexkeeper's level of experience in beekeeping? Okay. Hexkeeper. Beekeeping changed the way you see the world. You start noticing nectar flows, weather patterns, and tiny shifts in seasons. The learning never stops. If you love problem solving and working with nature, it's worth it. But if you want a low maintenance hobby, this isn't it. Jadi dia bilang kalau kalian mau hobi yang low maintenance, yang gak banyak-banyak effort, beekeeping itu bukan untuk kalian. And you need to learn. Nih, mana tadi ya? The learning never stops. Berarti dia udah belajar sebelumnya, makanya dia bisa ini notice the way he sees the world. Kita cari di opsinya berarti sekarang. Hexkeeper has just started. Salah ya, karena dia pasti udah belajar juga sebelumnya, which means dia udah punya experience dong. Hexkeeper has been beekeeping for several years but is still refining their skills. Several years. There is no guarantee di teksnya itu tadi kalau dia udah bertahun-tahun beekeeping itu. Tadi salah. C. Hexkeeper has a deep understanding of beekeeping, especially in terms of learning and adaptation. Bener nggak? We can go back to the text ya. He mentioned that beekeeping changed the way you see the world. Berarti hexkeeper ini cara dia melihat dunia juga udah berubah. You start noticing nectar flows. Dia berarti juga udah notice nectar flows with the patterns and the shift in seasons. Berarti hexkeeper ini dia udah punya understanding soal beekeeping itu tadi, especially in terms of learning and adaptation. So the answer is C. Okay, number 5. According to Melis, what kind of shortcomings can come with beekeeping? Ya, ini easy ya. Kita langsung ke Melis. Ini dia, udah ke-highlight tadi. Bees get sick, hives collapse, and sometimes, despite your best efforts, kita cari di opsinya. Okay, this one. Bees get sick, hives collapse, colonies dying despite the beekeeper's efforts. Okay, easy. Number 6. Which information is not mentioned in the entirety of the thread? Ini kita nggak perlu balik lagi ke threadnya karena pertanyaan dari nomor 6 ini udah kita jawab dari pertanyaan-pertanyaan sebelumnya. Beekeeping requires understanding local climate conditions. Ini ke-mention ya tadi. This one is right, this one is correct. Terus yang B, ensuring bees have enough food for winter is part of hive maintenance. Tadi juga ada yang ke-mention. C, learning how bees behave and work with them is key in beekeeping. Ini juga tadi ada. Oh, sorry. Beekeeping is suitable for people who love problem solving. Ini tadi ada, I think tadi di hexkeeper ya, yang baru aja dijawab tadi. E, beekeeping can feel therapeutic after over 5 years. Ini nggak ada ya. Tadi selama kita bahas dan kita skimming dikit-dikit, nggak ada yang bahas soal therapeutic ini tadi. So the answer is E. Who mentioned the challenge of losing a hive due to misjudging food stores for winter? Yeah, this is easy. Misjudging food stores for winter. Kita cari. Ini dia. I lost a hive because I misjudged their food stores before winter. Ini dari Gretham 85. So the answer is B. Nomor 8. Ini juga jangan dibaca teksnya dulu karena ini banyak. Jadi kita baca number 8. Baca questionnya dulu, okay? The word inclined used in text 1 is closest in meaning to. Yeah. If you don't know the synonym of a word, kita main trik dari optionnya aja. First option is forced. Forced itu kan berarti terpaksa ya. Forced itu terpaksa. Terus yang B, reluctant itu juga terpaksa. And then we have this one. Wait, aku highlight ya. Forced, reluctant, and unwilling itu mereka artinya sama. Artinya sama-sama terpaksa. And then kita juga ada apa yang beda? Persuaded. and likely. Oke, ini triknya. Jadi karena option A, B, E itu artinya sama-sama terpaksa, berarti jawabannya nggak mungkin ada di opsi itu. Terus kita masuk ke opsi yang beda, yaitu ada C and D. C itu persuaded. Kita balik dulu ke teksnya ya. Nih, one might be inclined to believe there is no harm in this practice. One might be inclined to believe that there is no harm in this practice. Persuaded. Apa yang bikin persuaded ini kurang meyakinkan? Karena persuaded itu kan artinya terpersuasi ya. One might be persuaded. Seseorang bisa terpersuasi. Nah, yang bikin dia nggak meyakinkan adalah di sentence sebelumnya nggak ada yang membahas soal siapa yang mempersuasi dan mempersuasi soal apa, itu nggak ada. One might be inclined. Seseorang bisa terpersuasi. Nggak nyambung kan? So likely, one most likely to believe there is no harm in this practice or something like that. Itu lebih masuk ya. Guys, I'm sorry, ini sebenarnya lebih kecocok-cocokan, but like it works I guess, karena aku jawab likely benar, and that's the correct answer anyway. So yeah, the answer is D. Oh my god, I hope you can see that. Number 9. Based on text 1, inclusive education focuses on ensuring that. Inclusive education, kita langsung cari aja sentence yang menyinggung soal inclusive education. Nah, ini dia. Inclusive education is concerned with the learning and achievement of all learners in the classroom regardless of background, socioeconomic status, and disability. Langsung ke optionnya. Udah kelihatan ya? Berarti jawabannya this one. All students can learn and succeed in the classroom no matter their background, financial situation, or ability. Semua murid bisa belajar dan sukses di kelas, gak memandang background mereka, status ekonomi or financial situation, atau kemampuan dan ketidakmampuan mereka. Okay. Number 10. What is the relationship between the first and the second sentence of text 2 paragraph 3? Text 2 paragraph 3. Okay, paragraph 3 starts from right here, and this is the first sentence. And and this is the second sentence. Okay, let's read the sentence first. Many countries in the European Union, such as Germany, Sweden, and Finland, have no award systems for recognizing learner achievements. Yet, schools in these countries produce excellence in academic achievement. Okay, kita bisa langsung masuk ke opsinya biar kita bisa menyesuaikan. The first sentence presents a fact, and the second sentence explains its significance. Well, actually, from this kita juga bisa tahu kalau A ini benar. But kita coba cari di option yang lain dulu. The first sentence describes a problem, the second sentence offers a solution. Jelas enggak ya? Karena gini, sentence pertama, kalimat pertama itu dia ngomong kalau negara-negara di EU such as Germany, Sweden, and Finland itu dia nggak punya award system untuk mengakui pencapaian dari learner, dari murid mungkin ya. Terus di kalimat kedua dia bilang, tapi sekolah-sekolah di negara EU ini, European Union ini, dia punya excellence in academic achievement. Mereka punya pencapaian, penghargaan, excellence di academic achievementnya mereka tanpa adanya award system ini. Gitu. Berarti first sentence-nya bukan problem dong, dan second sentence-nya bukan solution. Terus yang ini jawaban yang bisa menggocek ya. The first sentence makes a claim and the second sentence contradicts it. Bisa aja karena di sini ada kata-kata yet schools in these countries produce excellence. Tapi konteks dari si second sentence ini, dia itu bukan mengkontradik, dia bukan menyangkal ya, dia itu menambahkan significance dari first sentence-nya itu tadi gitu, karena keduanya masih ada di konteks yang sama teman-teman. Oke, ini juga jelas salah. Provides a definition, second expands no, first start states cause, and second sentence no. 11. Which statement is false according to text 1? Ini udah jelas ya. Kita nggak usah balik ke teksnya, kita juga udah tahu, because we have already answered question about it before. This one, inclusive education focuses only on students with disabilities. Ini tadi kita jawab di number 9, which all students can learn and succeed no matter their background, financial situation, or abilities. Berarti dia berlawanan sama yang opsi C ini, berarti yang inclusive education focus only on students with disabilities itu salah. Okay, 12. Montessori, Waldorf, and Reggio Emilia are mentioned in text 2. Okay, kita langsung cari yang mention nih. Montessori, Waldorf, Reggio Emilia don't support the competitive schooling style. Okay. Illustrate alternative education models that prioritize competitiveness. Ini jelas salah karena di sini bilang kalau dia itu don't support the competitive. Itu tadi. B. Emphasize the importance of awards. Emphasize the importance of awards. Ini dia jelas salah ya, karena at the first place dia itu nggak support awards. C. Suggest that traditional schooling methods are outdated and ineffective. No, it doesn't talk about that. And then D. Provide examples of schooling systems that do not rely on competition. This one is right, karena ini tadi dia, they don't support the competitive schooling style, and the success of this method is well documented. And mereka juga punya ini, alternative methods. Sesuaikan sama yang opsi D. Okay. 13. What is the relationship between text 1 and text 2? Okay. Kita nggak usah balik ke teks juga. Ini kita bisa langsung jawab if you remember the idea of each text. Kita bisa langsung ini. Text 1 introduce the idea that reward programs are meant to motivate learners. Ini nggak ada ya. Ini nggak membahas motivate learners. Challenges this by highlighting the negative consequences. Nggak juga. Terus yang B, text 1 argues that reward systems help create an inclusive education environment, whereas text 2 presents a counter-argument. Counter-argument, enggak ya. Both texts are not contradictory to each other. C, text 1 presents concerns about reward system in school, and text 2 builds on this argument by providing, ini dia jawabannya. Text 2 builds on this argument. Dia itu membangun argumen yang dibahas di text 1. Soal apa tadi? Concern about reward system. If you're wondering about the concerns, we can find it from this. Who decides who gets rewarded? What achievements are considered valuable? Do the achievements of some matter more than others? Who decides the criteria for awards? Ini pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang menjadi concern di teks 1 itu tadi, dan di teks 2 dibangun lagi dengan contoh-contohnya. Itu tadi di mana ya tadi? Nih. Okay, I hope you can find it. I'm getting tired of speaking, guys. I'm getting tired of talking, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. 14. How does the author end text 1? Okay, we can find it here. This can be achieved through collaboration with learners in the classroom, addressing social injustice and providing access to all learners, promoting democracy over a hierarchy, and upholding the rights of all learners. The Constitution clearly states that everyone has the right to basic education, and this encompasses the children regardless of their abilities. Okay, that's how the author end the text 1, ya. Nih, by emphasizing the importance. Nggak ya, dia tadi nggak membahas soal pentingnya reward system di sekolah. No. By calling for a reconstitution of academic awards in the context of inclusive education. This one is correct. Why? Because of this. Reconsiderationnya tuh Apa? Ya ini, dengan collaboration between learners in the classroom, addressing social injustice, providing access, promoting democracy. That's part of the reconsideration. 15. Yeah, we don't have to read all that. Mana sih ini? Which of the following best captures the main idea of text 2? Main idea of text 2. We can get the answer from the options, okay? Tapi kalau kalian mau baca dulu juga boleh. But I usually read the options first. Nih ya, kita baca dulu dari pertama. We can get what the question wants by understanding the main idea of each paragraph. Kita baca dari awal. A person who sought care at Region Stockholm has been diagnosed with mpox caused by the clade 1 variant. It is the first case caused by clade 1 to be diagnosed outside the African continent. Jadi, ada orang yang terdiagnosi monkeypox caused by the clade 1 variant, dikarenakan ada clade 1 variant itu, dan dia itu didiagnosa di luar kontinen Afrika. What's continent in Indonesia, guys? I forgot. Okay, itu benua Afrika. Oh my god. In this case, a person has been infected during a stay in a part of America where there is a major outbreak of mpox clade 1. The person in Sweden who has confirmed to be infected has received care rules of conduct since Magnus Gisland. Okay, that's the main idea of the first paragraph. Itu kalau ada orang terdiagnosa monkeypox caused by the clade 1 variant. Yang kedua, the World Health Organization has declared that the clade 1 mpox outbreak in Democratic Republic of Congo and in neighboring countries a public health emergency of international concern. Ya, itu jadi emergency dan concern di mata international. Okay, that's the main idea of paragraph 2. Clade 1 causes same disease as clade 2b. The variant previously found in Sweden but is likely to be associated with a higher risk of a more severe course of disease and higher mortality. The previous global outbreak of clade 2b has mainly been spread through sexual contact, which clade 1 is more commonly spread through other contact routes, mainly close contacts within the household and often to children. Ya, main idea dari sini berarti adalah perbedaan cara penyebaran clade 1 and clade 2b, dimana clade 2b itu dia through sexual contact sexual, and clade 2 is commonly spread through other contact routes. Gitu. This is the last paragraph. Yes, Sweden has a preparedness to diagnose, isolate, and treat people with mpox safely. The fact that a patient with mpox is treated in the country does not affect the risk to general population, a risk that the European Centre for Disease Prevention and Control currently considers very low. A new assessment is expected shortly. However, occasional imported cases like the current one may continue to occur. Berarti dia itu udah ada penanganan dari Swedennya itu sendiri, but occasional imported cases, beberapa kasus itu masih mungkin untuk terjadi. Begitu. Jadi, which of the following captures the main idea of text? So, kita tadi udah tahu ya main idea dari tiap-tiap paragrafnya. Kalau kalian ingat atau kalau kita ingat, ya insya Allah ingat lah. Kita bisa langsung masuk ke opsinya. Which means Sweden has dari sini, mpox clade 1 and clade 2b are identical in terms of severity and transmission methods. Identical nggak? Ya identical. Tapi apakah dia membahas itu mainly, kan main idea berarti yang utama ya, apakah keutamaan dari teks 2 itu membahas tentang identical dari clade 1 and clade 2b? No. Okay, salah ya berarti. Terus yang B, the World Health Organization has declared that Mpox clade 1 is primarily spread through sexual contact. Tadi kita udah baca di sini soal perbedaan cara penyebarannya itu tadi. Yang menyebar lewat sexual contact is clade 2B, which means option B is wrong. C. Sweden has diagnosed its first case of Mpox caused by clade 1, a variant associated with more severe disease which has contracted during travel in Africa. Okay, this one is correct. Kenapa dia benar? Karena teksnya juga membahas soal itu, dan itu di build on lagi di paragraf selanjutnya soal apa aja, soal tadi cara penyebarannya, terus habis itu penanganan dari Swedennya itu, dan lain sebagainya. So this is the main idea of text 2, okay? Number 16. The phrase that variant used in text 1 paragraph 4. Ini gampang ya. Paragraf berapa tadi? Paragraf 4, okay. First, second, third, fourth. To make matters worse, a new version of the virus known as clade 1B emerged in Congo has now been confirmed in 4 neighboring countries. That variant appears to cause more severe cases, blah blah blah. That varian itu apa sih emang yang dibahas sebelumnya? Kita balik ke first sentence. Ini dia, clade 1B. Okay. 7. Which statement is the best paraphrase for the first sentence of paragraph 4 in text 1? Yeah. To make matters worse, a new version of the virus known as clade 1B emerged in Congo and has now been confirmed in 4 neighboring countries. Yeah, itu sentence dari paragraph 4 text 1. Kita lihat dari sini dulu ya. To make matters worse, kita cocokin sama pembukaan dari tiap-tiap opsinya. A. Wait, let me change the color. Okay. Fortunately, jelas salah ya, karena itu nggak fortunate dong. Karena dia bilang to make matters worse, untuk memperburuk keadaan. Berarti nggak fortunate. Easing the crisis, salah. Making the situation even more challenging, ini bisa jadi benar. A new version of the virus clade 1B originated in Congo and has now spread to over 4 surrounding countries. Awalnya udah benar, tapi yang salah di sini. Over 4 surrounding countries. Dia enggak membahas kalau itu menyebar ke lebih dari 4 negara tetangga. Dia cuma membahas 4 negara tetangga. There is no guarantee kalau dia menyebar ke lebih dari 4 tetangga itu based on the text. Oke, salah. D. Adding to the difficulties, bisa jadi benar. A new virus strain clade 1B surfaced in Congo and has been confirmed in less than 4. Salah juga ya, karena ini less than 4. E. Well, this is the correct answer. Kelihatan ya, karena opsinya tinggal sisa ini. Worsening the situation, a new variant of the virus clade 1B emerged in Congo and has since been detected in 4 adjacent countries. 4 adjacent countries. 4 negara terdekat ya berarti. Gak ada tambahan over or less, cuma 4 negara terdekat sesuai dengan yang disebutin di text. Yeah. 18. Which country outside of the African continent has reported a case of Mpox? Kita udah tahu ya di sini. We don't have to go back to the text because we've already answered question related to this before, which is B, Sweden. 19. How do text 1 and text 2 relate to each other? I don't think we have to go back to the text. We can start from here, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused about how to explain this type of question because it will take so much time if I read the text as a whole. Okay, first option. Text 1 focuses on a specific incident in Sweden where a case of Mpox caused by clade 1 was diagnosed, whereas text 2 provides a broader overview of the Mpox outbreak in Africa, discussing the emergence of clade 1B in Congo, its spread to neighboring countries, and its impact particularly on children. Yeah, this one is not right because text 2 dia nggak menyinggung soal impact buat children ya. So A bukan jawabannya. B. Both texts mention the clade 1 variant of the mpox virus, with text 1 discussing its emergence in Congo and its spread to neighboring countries, while text 2 focuses on a specific case of clade 1 in Sweden, making the first time this variant has been diagnosed outside the Africa. Well, this one could be correct. Kita simpan dulu ya. B. Terus yang C. Both text reassures the Swedish population by stating that the risk to the general public is currently considered very low. Very low. Berarti jelas salah. Both texts focus heavily on the situation in Africa, providing situation in Africa heavily salah karena text 2 bahas soal Sweden. Text 1 primarily discusses clade 1 and its comparison with clade B, which had previously been found in Sweden, and text 2 ini salah juga ya karena kebalik, text 2 yang bahas soal Sweden. So the answer is B. Okay. 20. Text 2 makes no mention of a case of clade 1 diagnosed outside the Africa continent. Ini jelas salah karena ini kan no mention ya, berarti yang gak disebutin di text 2 itu apa sih sebenarnya? A. Kasus diagnosa clade 1 di luar kontinen Afrika. Ini jelas dibahas dong karena text 2 itu dia bahas soal case clade 1 yang ada di Sweden, itu kan di luar African continent ya. Jadi yang B. Clade 1 as being more commonly spread through close contacts within the household. Ini dimention juga tadi karena dia itu berbeda sama clade 2 ya. Kalau clade 2 itu cara dia menyebarnya lewat sexual contacts, clade 1 itu dia menyebarnya lewat ini tadi, close contacts within the household. Jadi dia termention. Terus yang C, the clade to be as being much easier to recover from, especially if one has good immune systems. Oke, karena kita nggak ingat ini, kita balik ke teks. Tadi tentang recovery ya. Wait, it's okay. Clade 1 causes the same disease as clade 2B, the variant previously found in Sweden, but is likely bla 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 bla. Ini dia membahas soal perbedaan cara dia menyebarnya. Terus ini juga persiapan dia soal diagnosa, mengisolasi, dan cara menyembuhkan orang-orang with mpox. Terus yang pertama kedua ini tadi kita udah tahu, ini membahas tentang penemuan dari case-nya itu tadi. Berarti disebutin nggak di teks kalau kalau clade 2B is much easier to recover from, especially if one has good immune system. Nggak disebutin ya. Text 2 actually makes no mention of the treatment of mpox clade 1. Dia nggak mention itu. So the answer is C. Kita make sure kita baca D dan E. The treatment of an mpox patient in Sweden and affecting the risk to general population, which the ECDC considers very low. Ini jelas salah ya. The clade 1 mpox outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo and in neighboring countries as a public health emergency. Ini dia disebut, jadi salah. So the answer is C. Begitu. Well, I sure hope this is understandable for you, and I'm sorry if I speak too fast, cause I don't know guys, I'm trying my best to explain. Gitu. And if you think I speak too fast, let me know. I'll try to speak slowly next time. Bye bye. Thank you.